Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on PNTV. Before I get started, I want to make note to please check my IRP disclaimer. And I'd also note that I do not own any shares at this current time. However, I do plan on buying them, so I just want to throw out that also. So what's going on with this chart that would make me wanna, or that is making me wanna buy some shares tomorrow? Well, let's look at the nice uptrend first. If you're new to charting, you may be asking, well, how do you know it's a nice uptrend? Well, if you look right here at the red and gray lines, these are your 10-day here and your 20-day simple moving averages, and you can see that they're both sloping up sloping up nicely with some good separation between the two of them. And then you also have your longer term moving averages starting to curl up. This purple line is your 50-day, and you can see that one is starting to curl up right here. Actually, if you look, it's curling up. Then we even have our 200-day, which is that orange line, starting to slope upwards. Now that one's a little bit more difficult to see, but the point being, the chart's showing strength. It's showing a nice uptrend, and that's one of the key things you want to do when you trade. You want to trade with the trend, because when you do that, you automatically put the probabilities and odds in your favor. Going against the trend can be done, yes, but it's definitely a lot trickier because you're going against the trend, and you're going against the probabilities and so forth. And then clearly you can see today it gapped up. But what was good about the gap is it wasn't one of these piece of junk ones that you see gap up, run up a little bit, and then just completely crater back down. It gapped up, made a nice run up, and as you would expect, some profit takers stepped in, but it showed great strength here by not getting pushed all the way back down like a lot of stocks you'll see out there. And you can just see this volume, big volume, way above average volume. So I don't know if this means something is coming, but you can clearly see that there is way above average volume, and the price reacted accordingly. If you watch my videos, I know you've heard me say this time and time again, but there's nothing worse than seeing above average volume like this and then seeing the price either go sideways or worse yet down. But when you see this correlation where you have above average volume and the price reacts accordingly, that tells you that there's nothing major in terms of selling going on. Sure, there's going to be selling because there's always going to be profit takers from retail and so forth, but it's not like there was any sort of dumping or anything extreme like that. So it's always good when you see these sorts of correlations. So let's map out some supports and resistances. The first support that jumps out at me is just simply the high of this candle over here, which formed. This high was at 24 cents, we'll call it. So let me change that to green, and this will be one of our support levels here. And after that support level, the next one is down here at 20 cents. So let me get that mapped out here. Do I think that we're going to see these prices anytime soon? I'm not really sure, but watching today's trading and seeing how strong it held up after this gap up, it looks like it would take quite a bit of selling to force it all the way down here. Could it tap here? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it hit this support, but all the way down to 20 with the strength it showed today, that would be pretty surprising. The other thing to note is what we have going on here is a longer term breakout too. Why don't I just do this? I'll go to the weekly chart. That way it's not so scrunched up like that. So here is much better. Here's a weekly chart. Let me get this out of the way. And one thing to note, we still have 4 days left this week, so this candle could change. I've gotten messages before from people saying, hey, what the heck happened to the weekly chart? Well, it's only Monday. We still have 4 days. But we're not really too worried about this candle right now. We're just more concerned about looking at this overall chart. And as you can see, what we had here was an ascending triangle happening in the longer term. We had this resistance up here at 20 cents. You can see here, price couldn't get through it. Price got through it, could never close above it. Price tested it, couldn't quite do it. Here, price got above, couldn't quite do it. And again, however, today, gapped way up above it. Actually, let me take a step back. And then here was our ascending part of the triangle. So right here, we had our ascending triangle, a top pattern, and then our rising uptrend line, and today we are finally able to get over it. Usually on breakouts like this, you want to see above average volume. We're not quite there yet. I'd like to see volume get above this day, but, and this is a big but, we still do have 4 days left to contribute to this volume bar. So I think volume will be getting bigger than this volume bar, since this was 5 days worth and this is so far only 1 day's worth. So with another 4 days, it should get above there. But from the longer term perspective, you can clearly see that we have a breakout now, and in order to find some resistance levels, we need to go back quite a ways to find these. You can see that we're really breaking out of this channel pattern here. The highs of a lot of these prices over here was 26, 27. We have some 30s. So 30s fall. Really, the next resistance isn't up here till 40. So that's one of those price levels. If you're not in yet and you like to play the breakouts, 30 cents is one of those key levels. Because after that, it really starts to thin out here. It had been, going sideways for a long time, finally starting to wake up here, and then things are going to start to thin out, and the price could really get moving pretty quick, especially when you look at the share structure, knowing that the float's pretty darn small. So it's a situation where the price could grow some legs and get moving pretty quick. So put it on your radar, monitor it, and we'll see what happens. But I like the trade. I like the chart setup, and I will be looking to get in some shares tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. If you do have any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the emailer, you will be sent a free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. And then with your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, everything from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety for everybody. It's all free, no strings attached, so it's worth at least checking out. We've been making some good money together, so it's one of those situations where you can learn, make money, but it doesn't cost you anything. So one more time, this was PNTV. Thanks for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.